Marvel Tokon Beta was this past weekend, and I had a blast playing it, but I've seen a lot of discourse online, so I wanted to give my thoughts and my review on the Marvel Tokon Beta that we just had. First, for starters, let's get off with the negatives and get some of this stuff out of the way. The big FYI is that we did not have a training mode. This is huge for the beta. It limits what we can do and what we can learn, and most people, after they did the tutorial, they jumped online and basically relied on the basic combos that they learned as they went along. That was pretty much it. And that's very important because everything else, the other two negatives, are directly impacted by the fact that we couldn't lab. So that's stupid of ArcSys to not include a training lab, but that's just the way it goes. Now for the two actual complaints regarding the game. The combos and the assists. Essentially, one of the biggest issue in terms of gameplay is the fact that there's a lack of character expression within the combos, and that everyone feels very, very samey. And that's because of how the combos and the assists work. Essentially, it boils down to this. When you're in neutral and you have your full party assembled, you will have a forward assist, a down assist, and a back assist. Each one of them doing different things. Your forward assist is a projectile, your down assist is anti-air, and your back assist is your unique. So whoever you put on your back assist, you really want to be mindful of who's there because they'll use a unique skill to them. So for example, if Spider-Man's back there, he'll pull the enemy towards you. If it's Ghost Rider that's back there, he ignites the ground. Different things of that nature that just whoever is your back assist, they have a unique where your down and your forward will always be a projectile or an anti-air. But the problem with this system is not that it's not good, is that it only works in neutral play. Once you engage in a combo, block string, or anything of that, or any sort of pressure, not all of that gets thrown out the window. And it gets thrown out the window for a generic forward strike assist. No matter who you pick, no matter where they're slotted, that's what happens. Because of this setup, combos become very, very samey, and they lose the skill ceiling as well as the character expression. To give you an example of what I'm talking about, I'm also a 2x KO player, and the two characters I play is Warwick and Vi. Now there is a combo that you're going to see that I perform where the only way you can actually do this combo, to my knowledge, is you need Vi. If you do not have Vi as your assist, you cannot perform this combo simply because of the way the assist works. And that's what I'm talking about. It gives character expression, it adds depth to the game and increases the skill ceiling because when you have different characters, you have to learn them. The current way Marvel Tokon has it is that you're basically free to use any character at any time. I guess this is to make things more accessible to players, but the reality of it is everything feels the same because there's no identity within the characters. You don't have to sit there and say, well, this character synergizes well with this character, but not so much with this character. You know, it basically does away with that and says, well, you can use any character, any combination. Your combo routes are always going to work the same way because it doesn't matter. That lowers the skill ceiling for the game and lowers the depth. I don't like this approach. We should be able to use the actual unique assists that the characters have. If I want to use the anti-air, I should be allowed to use it. If I want to use the unique, I should be allowed to use it. If I want to use the projectile, I should be allowed to use it while I'm in a combo. This also applies to when you're in the air. If you are in the air and you call your assist, it's not the ground assist that comes out. No, it's going to be a generic air assist that happens every single time. Where again, if you're playing 2x KO and you jump and call an assist, or even Dragon Ball Fighters, an ArcSys game, if you jump and call an assist, they will do the assist that they're supposed to do on the ground. And I think this is the biggest L of this game, is this combo and assist mechanic. All the labbing in the world will not fix this mechanic. Labbing might show us different, deeper combos that make the game better, but aside from that, unless these core mechanics are changed, the game will always have a more casual approach and lack the depth that people would expect in a tag fighter. So yes, this is a big issue. The no training mode, the combos and the assists, they need to fix that. Training mode, I would assume, will be in the game when it launches. But in terms of the combo system and the assist system, this has to change if you want this game to have a longer lasting appeal. Otherwise, it'll start off strong with sales because it is Marvel, but then the player base will flounder off as they get bored of the samey combos across the board. Now, that's the bad of Marvel Tokon Beta. The good news about that is that it's fixable and they have time. The further good news is that everything else about this game was phenomenal. You already seen the visuals. The visuals of this game, the presentation is probably, you could argue it is the best looking fighting game on market, plain and simple. They even have unique character interactions where if you have like Spider-Man and Iron Man as the two fighters, you'll have a unique character interaction and things of that nature. Overall, the presentation was good. The Japanese voices was weird at first, but I kind of liked it over time, and I'm really curious to see like how they handle the English voices when they actually put that into the game. But overall presentation, from a presentation standpoint, the game looks phenomenal. The stages in the background are absolutely gorgeous. They also change with each and every round. It's from a overall presentation, it was solid. The audio was solid, but more importantly, the level of polish was solid. The game had no bugs, no glitches, nothing of that I noticed. It, in the 15 or so hours I played, just the raw performance of the game was top tier. The netcode online, playing with other players, was fantastic. One of the things that I wish 2XKO had, that Tokon already has, is when you are online and you are in a lobby and before you even start the fight against an opponent, you can see what the signal strength is between you and your opponent. If you don't like it, if it's too low for you, you can back out, no harm, no foul, re-queue instantly, no problem. You don't have to wait to get into a fight only to find out, oh, this is a laggy connection, this fight's gonna suck. So, again, everything else about the game was on point. The roster, obviously, I don't want to talk too much about it. Yes, there was only 8 fighters in this beta. It is a beta. We have no idea what the final launch roster is going to be. That being said, I would say that anything less than 16 will be a problem for this game in the early going, especially with the combo system the way it is. So hopefully they do have more than at least 16 characters at launch. I will say that the characters themselves, they all felt different, and the ones that I played were all fun to play. So my main team that I had from a team was Ghost Rider, Spider-Man, Doctor Doom, Storm. I did play a little bit of Iron Man. I did play Captain America in the training. I didn't touch Miss Marvel, and I didn't touch Star-Lord. But overall, the characters, for the ones that I played, they all felt different and felt great. And the characters I fought against that I didn't play, they also seemed to feel different as well, even though from an opposition standpoint. But overall, this game was a great fun. It was a blast to play, despite its problems. And I think majority of these problems, they can fix it. They have time. The game does not have a release date. We just had the EVO announcements. It's not at EVO, so it ain't going to be the first half. They got time. So hopefully they address these concerns. But overall, Marvel Tokon is going to be a fantastic fighting game for Marvels and casual fans. Whether or not it holds the hardcore FGC, that all depends on if they fix those problems. But aside from this, I'd have a blast, and I would recommend people check this game out when they have another beta, if it's an open beta, or when the game comes out, because I think it's going to be absolutely fantastic in terms of fun factor, which is the most important thing. This is Veteran Gamer, and I hope to see you guys next time.